Good morning, St. Louis. It is that time. It is time for the St. Louis Hustle Podcast with CORTEZ Hustle and Michelle. Hey, and today we got a healthy topic for you today. We're talking about serious relationships. How do you know you're really ready for a serious relationship? Well, we're going to give you some things, a little assessment, if you will, a little quiz, if you will, to help you determine if you, my friend, are ready for a serious relationship. So it's about to go down, man. Do us a huge favor. Comment in the chat where you from. Drop the name of your business and or your brand if you're building something special. And let me know, are you in the market for a serious relationship? Because we might get you married today. All right. So let us know where you're from. Drop the name of your business and or your brand. And let's kick it.
Growing up in St. Louis has never been easy, and most say if you want to succeed here, that you must leave and put down roots somewhere else because of the strong crabs in a barrel mentality here.
I don't know if I'm just an optimistic person, but to see people like Chuck Berry and Nelly make it in the music industry, or the Roberts brothers and Dave Stewart in business, or William Lacey Clay Jr. in politics, can we blame the city, or is it that people just aren't hungry enough?
We're talking to all of the movers and shakers in this town, from entertainers to politicians, social activists and organizers, and of course, entrepreneurs.
Is there a curse on this city that holds people back? Is there an unseen hand that decides who makes it and who doesn't? You're about to find out.
Welcome to St. Louis Hustle.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the St. Louis Hustle Podcast this morning. I'm your host, CORTEZ Hustle. That's my girl, Michelle. Hey. And we are coming to you live and direct from the Bob Crane Financial and Tax Planning Services Studios right here in St. Louis, Missouri. Listen, if you don't have a good tax planner in your corner, you need to holler at my man, Bob Crane. See, tax planning ain't the same thing as tax prep. Yeah, you go somewhere and have somebody file your taxes every year, but especially for us entrepreneurs, we need somebody helping us plan every dollar we spend, because depending on how we spend that dollar, we might be able to get a tax write-off, and he's going to help you keep your money away from Uncle Sam and Aunt Iris, right? That is the IRS, for those of you who do not know. So comment keyword tax planning if you want us to set up a meeting with our good friend, Bob Crane. Today, we're talking all about relationships, baby. How do you know if you are ready, really ready for a serious relationship? We got a quiz for you, a test, if you will, a survey to help you determine that. But let's get ready to get down to the get down. Shelley, how was your weekend, sis?
Man, okay, couple things. Yesterday, Facebook was tripping. I'll be honest, people was like, man, did you see what was going on with Facebook? I thought it was just Spectrum being petty again. I really did. I thought, because me and Spectrum, we beef all the time, and they like me, I like them, then they don't like me. Make up your mind. So I didn't really know Facebook was really tripping until I saw it on Channel 4. I got like a thing on Channel 4. I was like, oh, it's a thing. So they was tripping yesterday. Had people scared, like, oh, what we gonna do?
That's
so
right.
yeah, but
yours truly, I ain't gonna lie.
Right, I was gonna say
all of my business on Facebook.
right. So I know they was panicking, like, oh man, somebody kicked the plug out. That's what happened. Mark Zuckerberg, they was like, who did? Damn it, plug it back up. So yeah, it was craziness. So the weekend, I had the most greatest, wonderful, most awesomest weekend in the whole wide world, and it did not even involve sugar shacking.
You didn't get no sugar shacking in?
I didn't get no sugar. I'm gonna do it right now. Hey, okay, I ain't sugar shack not once. What I did was Saturday, what I do Saturday? Oh, I have this super awesome couple that I know, Greg and Chelsea Flanoy, and they're a little bit younger than me, married couple. I used to go to church with them, and they are just super awesome. And so they are the godparents to my grandchild, soon to be grandchild. But they had like this field day, right? One of their kids turned 20, and they got like 3 boys and a girl. And so the oldest boy turned 20, and he wanted a fan. That's what he wanted for his birthday. Raise your kids up right. He didn't want to go to the club. He didn't want to sneak off nowhere. He wanted family field day. Wow. And their whole family came out. Everybody had on custom baseball T-shirts, and they played softball. They played kickball. They played volleyball. I went live because I'm working on my kickball. I learned a couple summers ago I'm not a good kickball player. I'm not. I need somebody to kick for me and run for me, which means I might as well just sit out. I need both.
So you're the kickball coach is what you is.
There it is. I'm the cheerleader and the coach.
I'll coach you in how to kick, and I'm going to coach you in how to run.
Right. I'm not doing either. But yeah, it was so much fun. And it was just when you see Black families come together, families, period. So white families, Black families, but because they encompassed so many people from their community, Black and white and Hispanic, just so many people were there. And it warms my heart when people are in harmony and unity. I just was in awe. And we even got rained out. Everybody ran in the house, then we came back out. People played in the mud. Man, parents was turning on their kids. It was good family fun.
Yeah,
that's how you do sports with your kids. So I mean, that's what it was. So I also connected, did some business over the weekend in true CORTEZ hustle fashion. I did some business over the weekend, like my partner would, and I think I mommed this business. I set my daughter up. If y'all don't know, I mentioned a couple times on the show, my daughter has a drink and beverage service called Pretty Tipsy, right? She specializes in serving premium cocktails remote, right? You either pull up or she got a drink runner that delivers, you pay on Cash App, the whole thing. And so there's a new bar opening in the St. Louis area. Saw it on Facebook. I got invited to join a group. Anyway, so I recommended, hey, bar owner, my daughter does this, put y'all together. So my daughter met the business owner this weekend. She asked me to come along. Place done up until November. Awesome place. It's called the Sip Spot, and it's gonna be in Hazelwood, and really, really neat. But I mommed the meeting. I didn't mean to. She wasn't asking enough questions. She was just like, "I like it. It's cool." That is not what we're here for. We ain't here for likes and coolness. We're here to find out what this joker trying to do.
Right.
So who took over the meeting? Was me. But she got the job though.
Okay.
She finna be doing her thing. I still mommed this. I think I've been banned before they even opened.
Right. Like, we gonna take you, but you lady, don't you show around her no more.
Right. You know what? It was like he said, you know what? I like what you're doing. Courtney, you know what? I want you on board the team. And he looked at me, I was like, I won't be here. He was like, okay, great. I was bad. So yeah, but it was cool. It was a really good weekend. I finished up the weekend doing a podcast interview on Sunday with some old school comedians of mine, old friends of mine.
Nice.
J-Dub, the comedian, the Rev, he's a comedian, and the Bishop of Comedy, Reggie Reg. Everybody knows him. And they do a show on Sunday evenings with Rev, and so I was on the show to talk about the book. And a wonderful thing happened. Let me wrap it up. A wonderful thing happened which was me talking about the incident that happened to me, talking about the rape. It led to Rev talking about how he was molested as a boy. He's just coming out about that. And then J-Dub, talk about, okay, he's got some issues with alcohol. He had issues with alcoholism. And then Reg has his own issues, or had his own issues. So we're going to put together the word was used was symposium, but we're going to put together basically a panel show, question and answer, where we each get a chance to share our story with a little bit of humor, and then do question and answer with a live audience. And so I think it's going to be live. It's going to be healing and humor symposium. And I think it's gonna be kind of dope. So
love it.
Yeah. So anyway, so that was my weekend. Chock full of a lot of stuff.
Lots of great stuff came out of your weekend. Well, way to get it in, Chalet. Listen, we are serious about talking about, are you serious, or how to know if you're serious for a real relationship. And we're gonna get all the way up into that. But y'all know how we do, man. We kick this show off with Michelle A's word of the day. So I'm going to bring Michelle's boyfriend in from Australia and have him introduce this segment.
And now the Michelle I word of the day.
Okay, so yeah, my little view is off. Y'all don't pay no attention to my camera thing. So listen, right? This word of the day, I want to talk to you about family, right? And that's something people talk about all the time. Like, oh, family this, to family that. Oh my goodness, my family. But I want to introduce to you guys or represent to you guys the idea of family that's not blood, right? We all got friends. We're like, oh, they super close and oh, I love them like family. I want to challenge you guys, right? I talked about my weekend and how I spent time with the Flanoy family, and I'm not blood to them. I'm not kin to them. But this weekend, I was shown such an enormous amount of family love, like I was family, and not just by the couple I knew, but the rest of their family took me in as well. And it's a beautiful thing. And I say that because you never know where someone is, right? You never know when the person that you may come in contact with on Sunday mornings or maybe through the week, you don't know what happens behind closed doors. And you don't know what happens when they go home. And I don't do a lot with my family. My family just doesn't do a lot. I have a desire to have family relations that do things, reunions and cookouts and stuff like that. But if we come together, we're 2 or 3 here or 1 or 2 there, but my whole family doesn't do a togetherness thing, right? So being included with this family and all of the relatives and so much love that was around, it did something for me. It did something for my spirit. It did something for my soul. You know what I'm saying? It gave me something not to envy, but it gave me something to aspire to. So they didn't know that I was lacking that kind of love, right? Not that my family don't love me. I know they do. Shout out to my peeps. Hey, Donna. But not that my family doesn't love me. But sometimes everybody gets so drawn into separate lives, we forget to come together. And I needed that. Man, I'll be over here living this entrepreneurial life, and I'll be fighting off depression and anxiety, and I'll be battling over here. Nobody really know that. They see happy-go-lucky Shell. They don't see Shell that be fighting a spiritual battle. And family being together is a way that I fight. Love and unity is a way to fight off those things. They didn't know that. They just simply said, come on. Matter of fact, they watched the show and said, we heard you say, Shell, you don't get invited to enough stuff. So they invited me to come be with their family. And it was awesome and amazing. So I want to challenge you. Find somebody, pull them into your squad, pull them into your tribe, pull them in, love on them like they was your family, even if they're not, right? You just don't know the difference you might be doing. You could save a life behind the scenes. You don't even know it. So that's my A word of the day. Man, that's it. Hey.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is the A word of the day brought to you by our good friends over at Patty Creek Farm. We're going to get into are you ready for our serious relationship after this word from our sponsor.
Yo, what's up, good people? It's your man, H. Cortez Hustle. Listen, when you want to get away from all the hustle and bustle of your life, you want to unplug, you need a place to unwind and chill, I want to tell you all about Patty Creek's Farm. Man, it was amazing getaway for my wife and I. We just came down. It's about 2 hours southwest of Missouri, of St. Louis, and we just had a blast. There's plenty for you to do around the farm, or if you want to do nothing at all, I want you to listen to this. Just peace and quiet, right? Man, this is an amazing place. The grounds are beautiful, well kept. Miss Patty and Mr. Bob are some amazing human beings, and they're going to make sure that you have a very good time. So go check them out at Patty Creek's Farm. You will not be disappointed. And for those of you who are grinding all the time, remember, you need time for self-care. And what better way to do that than to unplug? Come get you a little bit of peace and quiet, get you a little bit of peace of mind, relax, chill. One of the coolest bed and breakfasts we've ever been to, Patty Creek's Farm. Check it out.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the St. Louis Hustle Podcast. I'm Cortez Hustle. That's my girl, Michelle. Hey. And we are coming to you live and direct from the Bob Crane Tax Planning and Financial Services studios right here in St. Louis, Missouri. And we're talking relationships, man. How do you know, Shelley, if you are ready for a serious relationship? We trying to get you married, but are you ready?
I think I am. I think I'm ready. Okay, this is how I know I think I could be ready, right? I no longer threaten to duct tape good men, right? Because it used to be I run up on a brother with some duct tape and be like, hey, can I see you over in the corner? Just for a minute. Had no shame. Like, I pop the hood of the Honda, be like, hey, look over there. Knock you right on in the trunk. I don't do that no more. I think I'm ready for a serious relationship. You know what I'm saying? Another thing, I think I'm ready for a serious relationship because I stopped eating potato chips in the bed. That could damper a relationship. Some people don't like crumbs up under them. I mean, me, I can take it or leave it. You know what I'm saying? As a built-in snack waiting to happen. But other people don't think so. You know what I'm saying? Other people don't think so. So I stopped eating potato chips and popcorn in the bed. That is how I know I'm growing. And let's see. What else I quit doing? I can't say that. I was like, I didn't quit doing that. Maybe I ain't ready. I don't know. I think I'm ready. You know, as I took the quiz and we get ready to go over. I took the quiz and I think I answered most of the questions appropriately. I think I did. So,
You think you
I don't
did?
know. I think I did. Yeah.
Let's set them up. Are you ready for a serious relationship? Have you been on your own for what seems like an eternity? Have you grown accustomed to asking for a table for one? Are you comfortable being alone?
I
Or do
am.
you find yourself wishing for that special someone to spend some time with? Maybe you're wondering if it's time to move forward. Perhaps you're ready to focus on finding, air quotes, the one, right? So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go over some questions that you need to ask yourself to help us determine if you are the one. Drop a comment in the chat, man. Are you looking for the one? Right? Or are you hoping the one finds you? Let us know in the chat. So let's get ready to get this thing cracking. You want to hit them with number one?
Sure. I'll hit them with number. Hey, how about number one? Okay. Have you completed education and job training? Let me just go here. I'm going to do this right here. This is a little awkward for me, but I'm going to go ahead and get my life together. Right here. I'm going to go ahead and put it right there because I'm looking all over to the side. Y'all know I'm using the laptop. There it is. It's in the open. All right. Have you completed education and job training, people? Because work and school require a great deal of your time, right? It's wise to get them out the way before pursuing a serious relationship. I don't worry about I got to be in class. I don't want to. I got time for that. You ain't in 12th grade. Get your life together. Once you have more free time, you'll be able to spend it getting to know someone special. I got a whole lot of free time. I ain't got no school. Hell, I ain't even got a job. No.
It's Friday. You ain't got no job.
I ain't got to do. I'm out here. Whoa, that's good. Come on, 6'5". All right, come on. You got number two.
All right. Well, let me chime in on number one too.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I'm ready.
You're ready. You're ready to get these folks married and in committed relationships. No,
damn, I'm talking about me.
Right. When you think about it, there's a lot of things, not just education and job training. There's a lot of things that require full-time commitment, full-time energy, full-time effort. So don't just ask yourself, are you through with school, or are you through with your job training, got the career that you want? There could be a lot of other things in there that could pull you away from or monopolize your time. So ask yourself, are you willing to share that spotlight of that thing? Like, for instance, I'm an entrepreneur. Like, there's pastors and people who love their church and they're building churches. They're building nonprofit, whatever that thing is. Are you willing to share a little bit of that spotlight with someone else? So
that's so true. Real quick, I want to you be saying such insightful things, and then it makes me go, aha, right? So if you are a single parent, this is something I went through when my kids were younger. Is it time for a serious relationship when your kids are younger? A lot of times, single women, and because I was this way as well, we want to pursue a relationship because if the daddy ain't acting right, we want a daddy for these kids. To truth or shame the devil. So you enter into that relationship, but you find yourself in a complicated situation because now you're trying to divvy up time with kids and the spouse. You're trying to push, or spouse, this man, you're trying to push this man on your kids. Do they like him? Do they not like him? Or is it gelling? Then if you get them attached to the man and everything's working, what happens if it doesn't work out for you guys? Now they're attached to he gone. So for me, the way that the Lord had it to be, my kids are grown now. You know what I'm saying? They're grown and gone. Hey, won't God do it? And therefore, for me, I feel it's time. It's time. But that's something that a lot of women have to consider: school, careers, and also parenting. So
yeah, I know a lot of women who made a conscious decision to not date while they were raising their children. And you have to ask, is that fair to you? Is that fair to the children? And this is no judgment zone. This is a judgment-free zone. I'm not judging one way or the other. It's something to consider all parts, because sometimes we say things like, well, I don't want to bring another man around my child or another woman around my child, while at the same time your child might be yearning. Man, it would be so cool if mom had somebody. It would be so cool if dad had somebody. And sometimes the kids ain't even thinking about, listen, I don't need another dad. They might have a good relationship with their dad. They might be saying, hey, it'd be cool if mom had somebody to take her out on a date every Friday night. Right. So sometimes we in looking at the children's feelings and considering their feelings, we could be causing a little bit more stress and tension. So this is where having good communication with your children comes into play. So consider all of those things. How you're going to feel one way or the other when it comes to you and whether you want to have a serious relationship. Number 2, is your career off and running? Hopefully, the position you're in at work is perfectly matched to your skills. There's little job turmoil. You have some great coworkers, and you're enjoying the work you're doing.
Makes a difference.
This is huge. Ask yourself, wait a minute. I'm about to jump in this thing with my boo thing full time, but my career is skyrocketing. Sure, there'll come a time when you'll want to move on and explore your other talents, but for now, you're right where you chose to be career-wise. Could a new love and the time and the intensity and the effort that goes into building a solid, serious relationship, could that derail your career? Could you get attached to this brother in St. Louis and your job say, man, we want to send you out to New York to head that whole department? Now you got some serious deliberating to do around your job versus your boo thing. So gotta ask those questions, people.
It's tricky. It's tricky. I'll just say, just to piggyback on that just a little bit. The part about being happy with what you do, again, you know me, I operate from that moral compass. I gotta be happy, right? I gotta like what I'm doing. It transcends, because I've had a lot of times on the job, you know, I only recently got to where I didn't like my job anymore. But all the years I did like it, if I had a new boo thing, well, love take over. Like if you love like I love, whoa, love's gonna get you. You know what I'm saying? And that thing took over, and I was like, job what? I was supposed to do what? I was supposed to be what meeting? Now I'm on the phone with my boo thing on my lunch. Who got time to help y'all do that? I got to talk to my sugar booger. So yeah, you gotta have a balance there, you know, especially if you travel. So all right, number 3 is a good one. Every time I get involved with somebody new, I ask this question: are you over your last breakup? I'll wait. Okay. Be sure that the hurt feelings you had over the loss of a prior relationship are gone. Please deal with that. You realize that the end of a serious long-term relationship doesn't have to be anyone's fault, and you've recovered from that experience. Like if you haven't realized that, you're not ready for a new relationship, right? Sometimes relationships just don't work. You have to realize that sometimes 2 people just weren't meant to do life together, you know, and once you realize it and it's over, let it be that. I've met, women can be damaged, right? We know that. Women carry baggage, but men carry baggage too. I've met too many men that we talk in the first 2 or 3 conversations, he's griping about his ex. She did this and she did that. There's a difference between talking about past experiences and focusing in on what this one person did to you that was so bad. She did this and she did that and she didn't, and then she thought I was supposed to. I could tell just as good this joker, you ain't over the hurt. You can't pick up with me and think I'm gonna come over and fix that. You can't, because it's not gonna happen. So you gotta make sure you're over that.
Yeah, that's a huge one, and bringing baggage into a new relationship. And I think this also speaks to traditionalism, Shell, on a whole deeper level, where we've been trained since we could see, hear, speak, and understand that we've got to be together. Women a lot more than men. That a man doesn't compliment you, a man completes you. So if you are in between relationships, you get all of that too. Like, what do you mean I'm taking some time? Listen, my heart was broken. I'm giving myself time to heal. And Big Mama and them is trying to set you up right away. They got all kind of folks coming through the house at the family dinner on Sunday. Hey, he's single, right? She's single. Well, listen, I just got divorced after 25 years. I just ended a 10-year relationship. I just broke up with my high school sweetheart. I need time for me to redefine who I am, because as much as we hate to say it, if you've been in a relationship with someone 5, 10, 15 years, your identity is that. And now you have to redefine who you are before you go into a new situation. So take your time, people. If you're out of one thing, take your time. Let that thing heal. Identify who you are. Start defining who you want so that you can become that person. More importantly, so you can attract the right person to you. So many people, it's like, hey man, I'm out of this thing, and you right into another one, and this one is super serious. Like a month in, I'm like, wait.
Been and done that.
So be careful with that.
Real quick,
careful, like you said on your side. Be careful with the brother or the other person who is not completely over that. Give them time. Don't rush them into a full-time commitment with you.
Absolutely not. Just real quick on what you said, be the person you want to attract. Broken people, let me just, y'all listening? Okay. Broken people attract broken people. There it is. I said it. I said what I said. Broken people attract broken people. So if you out there broke, doing your Michael Jackson, get your Thriller on, you're going to attract another Thriller from Manila. That's just what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? So you owe it to yourself to heal. You owe it to yourself to pursue wholeness. You know what I'm saying? As much as you possibly can. And again, don't look for a man to complete you. Ladies, that's a lie from the pit of hell. You don't need a man to be complete. He can complement, as Cortez said. A man should not complete you. Christ is the only one that can complete you. Your relationship with God himself is the only one that can complete you. A man just comes in, he should add. He should be an asset, not a liability. Okay, there it is.
Okay. Listen.
Word.
Number 4.
Was that me or you?
Number
4.
Number
I think it's
3.
Me?
That's me.
Oh, that's 4 is you. 4 is you.
Does finding that special someone consume you? We're talking for those of you who are just tuning in. Let us know, are you in the market for a serious relationship? And not only in the market, but are you ready for a serious relationship? That's what we're talking about today. Number 4, does finding that special someone consume you? Do your routine thoughts each day focus on having a lifelong partner? You want to see a familiar face each morning? Make exciting plans for the future. The yearnings inside you cannot be denied any longer. Are you in that place where it's like, not because, again, traditionalism is killing a lot of us, not
Yeah.
because society says you should be married and have a family by this age, not because your mama and them said, not because the church said. Do you have something well enough inside of you that says, you know what? I'm ready to settle down, man. I'm ready to enter into this space where I am walking side by side with somebody who's going to have my back, right? I told you my story when I was, 95. That made me 21 years old. I was done playing. I was like, listen, I don't know about my homeboys, and I'm not finna be the player in the club with this gone and my dreadlocks hanging down to the side. That's not. Listen, I'm finna find me somebody who will have me, right? That's what I'm gonna do. Listen. While I'm still somewhat attractive, right? Because what these jokers don't realize is, I think y'all gonna become the distinguished gentleman in the club when you get 35, 40. That could be, but it might be more probable that you fall down some steps and you knock some teeth out your face, or you just don't understand. See, I decided, like, okay, if I lock something down right now, then I can probably keep that person forever. I don't know what's going to happen to me in 5 years, 10 years, right? Where it might be more difficult. So I decided I had what this thing has, right? It says, do you find finding that special someone consumes you? I was starting to be consumed, like, man, listen, I'm tired of chasing these women and all of this stuff. I just want to settle down. Building me a family, right? I always had this picture in my head that, I didn't have my father in my life. He got killed when I was 11, but even before he got killed, I had only spent 2 years with him that I can remember. Right. My mom says they were together when I was a baby, but I was in the first grade and the third grade. I actually lived with him. So that's all I remember about that relationship. And because of my own abuse and neglect as a child, all I ever wanted to be was a father, Michelle. Yeah. So when I stopped chasing and ripping and running the streets and start coming into who I am, this thing started to consume me. Like, bro, what are you doing? You got in the streets. Oh, wow, man, let's go find us a wife. And that's how I moved to Mississippi after the OJ trial. I said, listen, if this jigger is innocent, because I need a sign. I said, all right, well, here's what it is. I'm going to find me a wife somewhere. If he's innocent, I'm going to Tupelo and find me a wife in the South. If he's guilty, then I'm going to stay right here and find me a wife in St. Louis. And Johnny Cochran got up there and said, if the glove don't fit,
it must quit. He was like, close enough.
And they was like, man, he's not guilty. I fired up my 1985 Subaru that didn't have no muffler on it. That thing was loud as all get out, Michelle.
They heard you coming.
My mom was so scared. She was like, boy, this car ain't gonna make it to no doggone Tupelo. That's a 6-hour drive.
That is hilarious. They heard you coming when you left St. Louis. Cortez on the way.
I got my sign. I'm out of here. I packed up my little smokes and got my little snacks, and I hit the road, man. Got lost, so it actually took me like 9 hours, and it should have took me 6 because I got lost on my way. But I was going to find me a wife because I was consumed by the thought of settling down and making this whole thing happen.
That, you know what, it's so funny that you say that about the consumption part, because I think I find myself, I think I've always wanted to be a wife, right, and settle down. Mm-hmm. However, I may not have always been ready, right? And I think now that I am ready, the consuming part of it is, I no longer am dating for sport, right? Because I ain't gonna lie, I used to date for sport, where it's like, where we going, what we doing, let's have some fun. Mm-hmm. And that's no longer my motive. I want to know what your plans are. Can I see you fitting into my plans for the future? Do we have enough in common where whatever your life dream is, I can be an aid and a benefit to you? And for what I know mine are, can you be an aid and a benefit to me? If a joker don't fit into what I'm going to in my future, you can't go, boo-boo, because you'll derail me, right? Mm-hmm. So those are things that I'm looking at. And I mean, quite honestly, who wouldn't want to wake up to this wonderfulness every day? What? But I still, I don't let, and I said this to someone just last night. I don't let my desire, or for lack of a better term, the consumption of wanting to be married, I don't let that drive me to where I'm like, I just want to take any joker because I want to be married.
Yeah.
What? Oh, there's a selection process, because I will not be tied to somebody that's on some foolishness for the rest. Because I'm 50, I get married anytime between now and the next couple of years. I ain't got time to start over. Who got time for that? If we get married and you decide 2 years later you don't like me, guess what? You better go to the basement, because you will not leave this. Let me get my duct tape. I'm not playing. Who got time to be getting divorced at 55? I just got married at 50 and starting all over again at 56. The devil is a lie. If you marry me, you better realize, sugar, that you stuck like Chuck.
There we go.
Blink, blink.
Spend the next however many years we got on this planet together.
And I'm living to 100. So we gonna ride out this 50. You better die early. You better die first, because we ride this 100 all the way out. You heard me? Yeah. Love it. All right, so number 5. Do you see, this is so good. Do you see all that you have to offer to a prospective partner? Good sense of humor, check. Strong communication skills, check. Right there. Once you recognize all of your wonderful attributes, I got a lot of wonderfulness going on, you will have the confidence to pursue a close, loving relationship. Humor, check. Communications, check. Spiritual, moral compass, check. Boom. It's the other side I be worried about. Where's your moral compass? Are you secure with you? I hate an insecure man. I be out here too much. Here's the thing. I'm out here too much. I got too many friends, and I cannot deal with somebody insecure. Like, my prospective husband has to be able to deal with me being all over the place. They have to be able to deal with all of my other relationships, business-wise, that I have, personal-wise. I introduce everybody to everybody. But I've realized in my later life, a lot of men can't handle the way I do what I do. And that just lets me know that they're not for me. They be trying to get me to change. Settle down sometime. Why won't you settle up? How about that?
I had BJ Word on the show last week. She's a counselor out of Memphis. And she said one of her favorite quotes that's been helping her get through some tough times, especially in this dating world, because she's around our age and she's single and it's kind of looking to settle down and all this kind of stuff. And her favorite quote is, take me as I am, or leave me as you found me. Take me as I am, or leave me as you found me.
There it is.
Don't come in here trying to change me into what you want me to be. This is who I am. Can you love this? Now, can we grow and evolve together? Can you be an inspiration for me to want to change? I tell my wife all the time, this thing is for better or for worse. Now, my wife drinks a little wine from time to time.
Nothing wrong with it.
I don't drink. When we first got together, I was a heathen. I was a heathen. I was smoking and drinking every day. But I stopped drinking.
Right.
When I went through my episode where I lost my mind, I came out of that thing. I haven't had blunt or any alcohol in the last 20 years. Right now, she still drinks wine from time to time. Now, what people need to understand, for better or for worse, when I made this commitment, I knew that about my wife. So you have to think, can I be here if this thing gets worse and she becomes a full-fledged lush? Think about it. If I'm here for better or for worse, and her good is she just drinks from time to time. She's like a glass of wine. Nothing wrong with that. I don't think. Right. But if she becomes a full-fledged wino, am I still here? Can I be here? Right. And then on the other side, watch this. If she stops drinking a glass of wine every now and then and she becomes a bitter Betty, like, no, you don't went dry on me, and all of a sudden I can't stand for better or for worse. I always look at both sides. I'm like, okay, if this thing goes bad and she goes way left with this thing, that's still my sugar. That's still, I got to figure out how to live, how to fight through, how to get up, right? If she stops drinking and all of a sudden I don't like the person, can I adjust? Can I evolve? Can I love her in that? Or will I do like my man Doug on King of Queens? He was getting Carrie drunk every night.
Baby! Then the daddy got involved. What's that say about you? Everybody want to keep you drunk. They don't like who you are when you sober. Like, you better check yourself. Hilarious.
So what I'm saying is, for better or for worse. So get to know your people. So not only do you get to know your attributes, and this is what a lot of people do, Sheila, and I'm glad that you made your checklist. They will have the checklist for the other person. And they don't have that checklist for themselves.
Right there.
And it's only when I know my shape as this puzzle piece will I know that that shape fits perfectly. If I don't know my shape, I'm putting all kind of pieces in this puzzle and ain't none of them fitting.
There it is.
Identifying who I am, what the complementary pieces I need will be for me to grow. So, ladies and gentlemen, let us know, is this helping at all, right? Are you single? Are you looking for a serious relationship? Are you trying to identify if you are ready? We got to take a quick break. But on the other side, we've got 4 more of these to help you determine if you are ready, really ready for a serious relationship.
I'm ready.
What's up, St. Louis? Listen, I see you've been checking out some of my videos on how to build generational wealth. Here's the real key. If you're going to build wealth in America, you must find 1 or 2 ways to get paid for 1 or 2 things that you love to do, and then build systems around those things so that you don't become a slave to your business, but you then start earning true passive income. Listen, I've got a book and online course called the Monetize My Life Influencer Bundle. The book will teach you how to identify your gifts, talents, and special abilities and turn those things into income by packaging and presenting them to the marketplace. The course will teach you how to use social media and build systems just like this video around your products and services so that you can earn that passive income. All you got to do is click the link around this video and get yourself the Monetize My Life Influencer Bundle today.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the St. Louis Hustle Podcast. Michelle A.
I was watching a commercial like it was for real TV.
She got mesmerized. See, that's what you do when you're in media. You figure out that little sound, that little thing, that little flash of light. It hypnotizes people. Now,
it does. I was in.
Monetize my life.
I could go out there and monetize my life and tell you the truth. I was. You see, I was in. I was like, tell me more about monetizing my life.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about relationships. How do you know if you're ready for a serious relationship? And let me just recap real quick, Michelle, and then you can hit on with number 5, or it's
number 6.
Number 1, we said, have you completed your education and your job training, right? A new relationship, especially if it starts getting serious, create some decisions that you would have to make around those things. So be careful. Is your career off and running, right? A man could come in and derail your whole stuff if you ain't careful, right? You be making decisions based on him and not based on your own future. Are you over your last breakup? That is huge. Number 3, are you over your last breakup? Don't bring the baggage into the relationship where you can help it. Take some time to heal in between. Number 4, just finding that special someone consume you, right? If you're thinking about it all the time, then make sure you start doing the work on yourself to become wife ready, become husband ready, or if you don't believe in the institution of marriage, become significant other better. Right. Number 5, do you see all of that you have to offer to a prospective partner? Are you in love with yourself? Do you see yourself as a prize for someone else? Number 6.
This your favorite one, I know. Go ahead.
Right?
Come on.
Are you in good financial shape? Are you in good financial shape? You're working extra hard to pay off your college loans and your current bills. You figure that within the next year, you'll be living debt free. The financial aspect is particularly important because money struggles can add challenges to any relationship. And we all know that it is the number one cause of divorce in not just this country, but globally, right? So, do you have your financial house in order?
Yep.
And if not, start working on it. And do not go into this deal where I'm going to marry somebody who's going to take that on in our relationship so I don't have to focus on that myself personally or individually. The other thing that makes this so important, Shell, is if you don't have your ish together, it would be quite hypocritical of you to be looking for a man or a partner, a woman, whoever your partner is going to be, and demanding that they got their financial house in order. Because we hear it all the time. My new boo got to have an 800 credit score. Well, what's yours looking like?
That's not important.
I need my new boo to be making 6 figures. How many figures you making?
That is not important. We ain't talking about me. Talk about him.
I don't need to get with me an entrepreneur who's got some investments. What's your investment portfolio looking like?
You know what? That is not important right now.
So you got to get yourself together financially, and if you have a solid financial well-being, then you'll attract people with a solid financial well-being. But I'm telling you, like attracts like. When you jacked up financially, you attract someone who's jacked up financially. Now, here's the deal. There's nothing wrong with 2 people coming together who don't have it together, right? Is it going to be a little hard? Yeah, especially you start bringing kids into the world. Ask me how I know. Because when me and my wife got together, we didn't have the proverbial pot to piss in or the window to throw out of. Nevertheless, we built us a little micro empire, and it's still growing to this day because we began to challenge each other. And it's still a struggle right now. We ain't there. I know y'all see me on these podcasts, and I'm always talking to stuff. I can't tell you how many people think I'm rich right now, Michelle. Like, listen. I'm on my way. I am on my way. Right. We still struggle. I got a kid in college right now. At one point, I had 3 kids in college at the same time. Right. It was a mess financially. It was a struggle, and it still is. But when we made the decision to come together, we both put it all on the table. You ain't got nothing, I ain't got nothing, so we ain't got nothing to judge each other for on that. But can we take nothing and turn it into something? Individually, but probably if we come together, we can take that nothingness and turn it into something even faster together. And that was the decision that we made. So
gotta have something.
25 years later, Michelle.
I'll give you a theme song. I had your back.
Yeah, 26 years.
What?
Yeah, man.
This next one then tie right into that. Number 7. Do you marvel at the love you see? Are you in awe when you look at the incredible connection between your parents, your grandparents, or even the neighbors down the street? I am. It is very helpful to have good relationship role models in your life. Say that. The emotional security of these relationships seem to overflow onto you when you're around those who have solid relationships. Put a pin right there. If you are yearning for a relationship, admit it. I'm yearning. Your feelings are real and palpable. I don't like that word. Anyway, but yes, I get inspired. I've said it on here so many times. I love love. I love love, right? And I have the blessing, though I didn't see great relationship between my parents, there it is, I said it. Still love them separately, but I ain't see good relationship between them together. God
Right.
has blessed me to see enough couples outside of my family that have those relationships, right?
Mhm.
And you know, you and your sugar, the Flanoys. I was just talking about Greg and Chelsea Flanoy. You know,
Yeah.
my bishop and his wife. You know, George White Jr. and Lady White. Those are some of the relationships that I've seen. I've had an opportunity to see them pretty much up close because I think all of the parties in these relationships have been tangible and real about their
Mhm.
relationships. They don't walk around acting like they got it all together. They're very real to say, hey, this is where I was, or this is where I am. But love is what keeps us together. So I am in awe and I get encouraged and inspired by having connections with married couples as I do with you guys. Having
Mhm.
those connections with married couples, it lets me know that if God can do it for you guys, he could do it for me. And it helps me keep hope and keep holding on. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So there are certain people who watch people like you guys, and we need y'all to make it. Ha!
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
need your marriage to make it. I need you and your sugar to make it. I need y'all to keep being real. I need y'all to keep being tangible and plausible,
Mhm.
palpable, as the word was. I got the correct pronunciation. But I need to see that because I got to get
Right.
to where I'm
Right.
going.
Mhm.
So I'm
Mhm.
done preaching. But yeah, it's
No.
some folks that's gonna watch this playback 6'5", and I need people like them in my life so I can see, so I don't jack you up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I got some prospect on the table, and I'm trying. I don't want to jack this man up, so I know I got to change some of my behaviors a little
Mhm.
bit. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? A little bit because I think I'm wonderful as I am. But there are some things in me that I know need to be adjusted. I know he ain't had to say
Right.
crap because
Right.
I see my own behavior. You better.
Yeah.
How do you be self-aware? You better get the book. Who the heck do you think you are? Okay. But anyway,
Yeah.
so yeah, I need y'all to make it. There it is. All my
Absolutely.
married
Yeah.
couples, I need that.
And I think that it is important to this is where mentorship works, and this is where having even virtual mentors. I have relationships that I look up to for married couples. My wife and I do this thing when we're out, and I can't remember the movie that we saw this in, but
Sorry, y'all.
when we are
We
out, we'll see other people,
hmm
and we always say, "What's their story?" And we make up a
I love.
story about these people. And there's nothing
Oh,
better than us
see.
seeing an older couple
Yep.
together. And it's like, yeah, they met right after the war.
Right.
They locked it down, and he was a strapping young fella and she was a dime piece. And they hooked together, and they are here celebrating their 60th anniversary. They're super
That's
excited.
cool.
And so we just make up these stories about people. Even when we see young people, we
The
look,
baby
they
mama
got rings on their
and the
hand.
baby
Okay.
daddy.
Yeah, they just tied the knot. They probably about 6 months in. Look at them. Look at them. You want some? You want some?
Okay.
You want some? They eating off each other's plate and stuff. Yeah,
Right.
they don't know
Right.
what's coming. They don't know what's coming. They don't know.
Right. Right. See,
Right. So
it's
we
a
make up these.
different one.
Yeah,
I
we
go out
make
and
up
make
these
up a different
stories.
story. My story be
Right.
different. I'll be like, look at them. That's a baby mama, baby daddy situation. That ain't
Yeah.
married now. But you could tell she a head buster. Oh yeah, you could tell she done bust some windows out a few cars. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, she done went and tore up some stuff. He just gave in. Yeah, he's like, you know what? I can't take it no more. Okay, fine, I'll marry you.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just
Yeah.
saying the stories.
Yeah, it's the new millennial shotgun wedding, right?
You hear
And
me?
I got this baby. You gonna marry me? It
You
ain't
hear
it ain't
me?
no more eyes married now. No, you gonna marry me?
Oh, you gonna
Uh,
marry? Look, it ain't the
and
daddy
sooner
doing
than
the
later.
shotgunning. It ain't the daddy doing. It ain't the girl's daddy doing the shotgunning. Daddy, stand down. I got this. She do her own shotgunning with a
That's right.
brick in her hand. Listen, if you admire this little vehicle of yours, you know. I would just say this real quick. Everybody needs to stay in their lanes. Somebody in my apartment complex, I guess they had some relationship issues, and somebody is, I guess, a female. Somebody wrote and spray painted on the side of her car, a white car, let him see his kids. As a whole nother thing. But that
Dang.
just somebody somebody loved this jig on the other side that only got half the story and went and attacked this girl's car. Okay. But but that's the
All right,
brick waiting to happen.
real quick. Number 8. Have you done
Sorry.
some emotional work and soul searching? In your effort to find that personal strength you once had, you must look within yourself. Have you done your own soul searching and journaling? Or have you seen a therapist to guide you through emotional situations? Have you looked within, right? Have you looked within when you're talking becoming permanently attached to someone till death do with us part? I need to be solid with who I am so that I can present that to you in fullness. Because if we are at this point where we're talking serious, then you need to know all of my dirty little secrets. You need to know that, hey, this is who I am, and this is the most honest version of who I am. And this is the part that scares people, Michelle, because you got to get to that point and literally give your heart to someone, and hopefully they don't take it and run with it. They don't smash it. They don't stomp it and all of that kind of stuff. And that's a difficult part. But if you've done the internal work, and you feel that that person has done the internal work and y'all fit together, then pull it all out there and say, hey, here's who I am and here's who I aspire to be. And I believe that together, based on what you told me, who you aspire to be, I think if we held hands and walk this path together, I think we can make some magic happen. And that's where it's got to come to, ladies and gentlemen. So that's our quiz. That's our test for y'all. Play it back if you need to. If you actually need this list, it's going to be on our website, stlhustlepodcast.com. So you can go to the website. Huge shout out to our sponsor for today, Bob Crane Financial and Tax Planning Services. If you need a tax planner in your life, if you especially an entrepreneur and you're making a boatload of money in your business and you don't want to give it all to Uncle Sam, you need to comment keyword tax planning so I can put you in touch with my guy, Bob Crane. If you're watching this on the podcast or you're listening to this on iTunes or Stitcher or Spotify, the link is in the show notes to book a meeting with Bob. Just don't play with his time, y'all, because I don't want him saying, Cortez, you keep sending me all these jokers who are playing with my
ain't
time.
playing.
Also, next week, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be talking about honesty in a successful relationship.
Come on, preview.
Do you know how to be? When is too honest, Michelle, early in the relationship? How do you know when to? We're gonna talk about it next week. So y'all make sure.
I'm excited.
Right here. So we talk to you guys next time. We want you to get your money up because you absolutely can do it. But more importantly, you deserve to do it. Each and every single one of you. Now hustle up.